I don't even know where to start. I guess I should say this isn't one of those exaggerated Reddit stories. I swear this happened. And I'm telling it because I can't sleep at night anymore without seeing that screen in my head. So this all started during my second year of college. I was 19, living in a crappy, off-campus apartment. I had this roommate, Connor, who was really into the whole hacker culture thing, always bragging about what sites he could access, showing off little tools he downloaded, that kind of thing. I wasn't into it at first. I barely knew how to torrent music without screwing up my laptop. But one night, after a few drinks, Connor convinced me to check out the dark web with him. I want to say right now, don't do it. Seriously, if you're even curious, just stop. That curiosity screwed up my life. Anyway, we downloaded Tor, set up a VPN, all the standard stuff. I remember how giddy Connor was, like we were about to break into some secret club. I wasn't really that into it, but I went along. At first, it was boring, just weird marketplaces selling drugs, fake IDs, stuff like that. Then we started following random onion links, hoping to find something cooler. That's when we found it. A page that just said Red Room Live, entry by invite only. I remember the font plain white on black, but the letters flickered like they were glittering. Connor leaned in, whispering, "Dude, this is it. This is what they talk about." I felt this cold pit in my stomach. You hear about these red rooms? Places where people pay to watch, I don't know, torture, murder. I thought it was all urban legend, but here it was. Or something claiming to be. We should have closed the laptop. But of course, Connor clicked. On it, the page loaded slowly, like painfully slow, and then a new message popped up. Viewer slots available. 1. Request access. Before I could stop him, Connor clicked yes. The screen froze for a second. Then another message appeared. Camera access required. Accept. Connor hesitated for the first time. He laughed it off, but I could see he was nervous. They probably want to make sure no cops are watching. I said, "Dude, don't. Just shut it down." But he didn't. He clicked accept. And that's when our webcam light turned on. I freaked out. I actually reached over to slam the laptop shut, but Connor stopped me. "Relax. It's probably part of it, like a verification thing." The screen changed again. This time, it was video. But it wasn't what I expected. No gore, no masked guy with a knife. It was us. Our video feed, displayed on a black background, and underneath, scrolling text. Viewer 1 confirmed. Participants 2. I swear to God, my heart just stopped. I said, "Turn it off. Now, turn it off." Connor tried. He clicked the close button, hit escape, even tried to shut down the computer. Nothing worked. The screen wouldn't change, and that little webcam light stayed on. Then a chat box appeared at the bottom. "Welcome to the show." We didn't type anything, but the next message came anyway. "Don't move." I froze. What do you do? We sat there, staring at that screen, and then, I swear, I heard something. A soft tapping sound at our front door. Connor heard it too. He looked at me, and his face was pale. Tap, tap, tap. The chat updated again. "We see you." I wanted to scream. Connor closed the laptop. I don't know why he didn't just yank the battery and grab his pocket knife. We backed to the kitchen, both of us shaking. The tapping stopped. Silence. Then, after maybe a minute, my phone buzzed. I had it on the table next to me. I didn't want to look at it, but I did. It was a text from an unknown number. "Nice place. You should lock your windows." I don't even remember opening the curtains, but I did. Just a crack, and I saw a figure across the street, standing in the dark. No flashlight, no phone glow, just standing there, watching our apartment. That was it. We bolted. We grabbed our keys and ran out, didn't even lock the door behind us. We drove around. For hours, I wouldn't even go back at first. We ended up crashing at another friend's place. The next day, we went back in the daylight. Nothing was stolen, nothing broken. The laptop was still on the table, screen black, battery dead. We wiped it clean, formatted everything, got new phones, the whole deal. But here's the thing. A week later, I got another text. Different number this time. Fun times. Want to play again? I should have known something was off when the money sounded too good. But at the time, I was desperate. My mom was sick, I had just lost my job, and rent was overdue. So when I stumbled onto this dark web forum offering remote freelance tasks for fast cash, I convinced myself it was harmless. It wasn't anything illegal at first glance. The post said they needed people for online observation and reporting tasks. $500 per job. That's a lot of money just to watch something, right? I messaged the contact. They responded almost immediately with a job. All I had to do was log into a private stream at a set time and take notes on what I saw. No recording, no screenshots, just observations. I should have walked away, but I didn't. That night, I logged into the link they sent. It was a grainy video feed of what looked like someone's apartment. You could see part of the living room. An old couch, a coffee table, a TV that was turned off. At first, nothing happened. I just sat there, writing down details. The place looked normal. Then, after about 5 minutes, a woman walked into frame. She looked maybe mid-30s, wearing pajamas. She had no idea she was being watched. The chat box next to the stream pinged. A message popped up. Note all activity. Do not alert the subject. Subject, that word chilled me. The woman sat down, flipped through her phone, and eventually fell asleep on the couch. That was it. That was the whole job. I sent in my notes, and the next day I got paid. But it didn't stop there. They kept offering me more jobs. Always different streams, always different people. Sometimes a man in his office, late at night. Sometimes a kid playing video games. None of them ever seemed to know they were being watched. After about 4 of these tasks, I started feeling sick about it. I wanted to quit. But the money kept me coming back. Then one night, they sent me a stream link that made my blood run cold. It was my own apartment. Same angle, same couch, same cheap lamp in the corner. The chat pinged, observe carefully. The subject is unaware. I slammed my laptop shut and tore my room apart looking for a camera. I never found it, but I moved the next day. Changed my number, deleted everything. That was months ago, and I still don't know if I was just being watched or if I'm still being watched. I was always a curious person, probably too curious for my own good. I don't really go out much, so I'd kill time browsing weird parts of the internet. Forums, old message boards, conspiracy sites. I liked finding stuff that felt hidden. That's how I stumbled onto this dark web marketplace that sold mystery boxes. They weren't advertised like the YouTube ones, where someone sends you junk in a box for views. This felt darker. The site was called Dark Packages. What will you get? The description was short and creepy. Items sourced from places people fear to go. I knew I shouldn't have. I knew it was probably a scam. But I had that stupid itch. I had to see what was inside one of these boxes. It was $100. Not cheap, but not enough to stop me. So I ordered one. The site didn't ask for much. Just an address, no names, no account. I paid in Bitcoin, hit submit, and that was that. I kind of forgot about it after a few days. Then, a week later, I came home from work and saw a small beat-up box sitting on my doorstep. No postage, no return address, just my apartment number written in thick red marker. When I picked it up, it felt heavier than I expected. The cardboard was damp in spots, like it had been left in the rain, but it hadn't rained that day. Took it inside, set it on the kitchen table, and stared at it for a while. There was this weird smell coming off it, metallic, like rust, mixed with something sour. It made my stomach turn. I opened it. Inside was an old, dented metal box, about the size of a small toolbox. It was ice cold to the touch. When I opened that, I found a VHS tape. No label, no markings, just a plain black tape, the kind I hadn't seen since I was a kid. I didn't even own a VCR. I had to borrow one from my downstairs neighbor who was getting rid of old stuff. I almost didn't want to play it, but at that point, my curiosity had taken over. The tape started with static. Then it flickered to black and white footage. It showed a small room with bare concrete walls and a single chair in the center. A harsh light hung overhead, casting deep shadows. After a few seconds, two figures appeared on screen. They dragged a man into the room. His hands were tied, and he had a bag over his head. They forced him into the chair, tied him down, then left the frame, and then ... nothing. The camera didn't move. The man sat there, his breathing loud in the otherwise silent room. The bag over his head shifted with every shaky inhale. Minutes passed. I kept watching, frozen. At one point, the man began to struggle, pulling at the ropes, shaking his head like he was trying to scream through the bag. But no sound came out. The camera slowly zoomed in on him, and then it just stayed there, for maybe 5 full minutes. No change. No one came back into the room. Just the man, bound and helpless. I felt sick watching it. Like really sick, heart racing, palms sweaty, stomach tight. And then, just before the tape cut to static, I saw it. The man's sleeve had slid up. During his struggle, there on his forearm was a tattoo. A small symbol, some kind of abstract design, like a spiral with jagged lines. I had seen it before. My landlord showed me pictures when I first moved into this apartment. The last tenant disappeared, he said. Left behind a bunch of unpaid rent, no forwarding address. He showed me some photos of the place when they came in to clean it. And in one of those pictures, the guy was sitting on the balcony forearm, visible, that same spiral tattoo. I sat there in shock, the tape hissing static, my reflection faint in the dark screen. I wanted to believe it was a coincidence. Maybe the tape was old, staged, maybe someone sent it to mess with me. But deep down, I knew. That was him. I got rid of the tape. I wrapped it in plastic, shoved it in the bottom of a garbage bag, and took it to a dumpster across town that night. But it didn't end there. A few nights later, I woke up to a sound. It was faint, but I swear it was the sound of static, like from the tape. I got up, checked the apartment. Nothing was on. The TV was off, the laptop closed, but I could still hear it, soft, like it was coming from the walls. I didn't sleep the rest of that night. I thought about moving. I even packed a bag, but I didn't. I'm still here. And sometimes, just as I'm falling asleep, I hear that faint hiss again, and I wonder if another box will show up, or if one already has.